I have for you guys a new segment called Buy, Sell, or Hold. Let's take a look at some of the most interesting storylines of many teams in MLB. I'll present the storyline, and you tell me if you're, one, buying in on them. You're all in on this storyline in the first few days.
Got it.
Not weeks. Two, you're selling on them. I don't buy this at all. I'm jumping off board while I can. This is not going to continue. Or three, you're holding because you just want to see more. Let's start with the American League.
All right.
Let's start with the Orioles. Jonathan's dark horse team, the Baltimore Orioles. They looked pretty dominant in the sweep of the Red Sox. The first time that the Red Sox went 0-3 at Fenway since 1948. That is a long time. But they were brought down to earth last night, as from when we're recording this, by the Yankees.
Yes, they were.
So they're 3-1. Are we buying? Are we selling? Are we holding?
Buy. Take all my money. I'm buying it on that whole team. Let's go O's.
Give me my money back. I'm selling everything. I don't believe in them. Anyone can get hot real quick, and it's the Red Sox. It's not like they're a hot, super hot fire team either. And what happens when they came up against the Yankees? What the Yankees do? They backhanded the shit out of Giancarlo Stanton. Went, hang on one second. All right, peace out, bro. I'll see you next week.
The Yankees have notoriously slapped up the Orioles. That's
the Orioles notoriously slapped themselves up.
Hey, this year's a different year.
They're going to go 3 and 159.
They are my dark horse team. They're our dark horse team. We're all going for the Orioles this season.
No.
3-1, 10-1 on the way.
But this is a pretty big swing for me. Since last week, I totally was off board of the Orioles. I'm holding. I'm a hold on the Orioles.
It's the first the first one you holding?
The Orioles, John Means looked nasty.
Yes, sir.
One in every 5 games, if they could just get a win from John Means. I can't do quick math. Is that 75?
No.
No. So,
that's not even close.
So at least 30 wins from John Means.
That's already almost halfway to what
That's
we bet on.
Almost halfway to 75. And Cedric Mullins, that center field rookie, looked incredible.
He looked very nice.
And I'm buying on Cedric Mullins.
I'll buy on Cedric Mullins.
Don't stop.
I'm holding on John Means.
Also, I will always buy on Trey Mancini. So I'm a hold
Yes,
on the
100%.
We
Orioles.
always
One
buy
does
on
not
Trey
simply
Mancini.
not buy
So
on
now,
Trey
Ant,
Mancini.
let me allow you to second think about this.
All right.
Get out of that shroud of doubt and denial and jump on the train with me. Jump on the O's Nation.
No. The fare is too high. You hiked it up to $3.
All right? When he wants to get on it next season, we'll remember this talk and we'll say no.
3 wins down.
Only 72
to go.
more. That's a lot.
All right, moving on to another AL East pair of teams. The Blue Jays. Are they a threat to the AL East crown like we all thought? They beat the Yanks 2-1, including Garrett Cole on opening day.
Yeah.
And they smacked the Rangers, granted.
Yeah, the
Bottom
Rangers.
of the barrel
It's the
team.
Rangers, but
They
They
much.
smacked the Rangers. And they're
Joey Gallo.
3-1 at the top of the division. Are we buying, selling, or holding on the Blue Jays?
we're buying, baby. Buy.
I'm on board there, too.
You know what? I'll buy in on it. I'll buy in for now, but maybe my mind will change after the season.
Last week you said they'd come in last place.
I'm buying. It's 3-1. You said early in the season, is it not? That last place can easily flip. It's gonna flip.
And they're without George Springer, and they did well.
Yeah.
Without George Springer.
That's big for them.
And Steven Matz. I'll
We miss you, buddy.
You know
I'll
what?
remember you in
We
my
miss you.
heart.
You are the one player I will buy in on 100%. Steven Matz, you didn't make it in New York, but you know what? They're
I
giving you a
think you're
chance in
going to
Toronto.
kill it in Toronto,
You're
bro.
gonna be
I want
that
you
guy.
to just kill it.
You're gonna be that
We
guy.
all want you to kill it.
I want you to do well.
Next up, we got the White Sox retooled bullpen. The much hyped White Sox retooled bullpen that
We
was
get
supposed
L's.
to be dominating the league gets pretty stitched up in that first series against the Angels.
Yeah.
La Russa got to his bullpen early most days, except for Giolito, I think, who he let go pretty long.
Yeah.
And every single time, the White Sox bullpen gave up runs in the 8th and 9th inning to the Angels. And they start the season. Are they 1-3 now?
No, they won
No,
last
they won.
night.
Oh, they won last night. That's right. So
So,
they're
Yeah,
2-3.
2-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-3.
So
Look, it's all about Liam Hendricks. They just need to
You
score
know what?
enough to where Liam Hendricks can
Liam
still
Hendricks
get the...
gave up 2 runs.
That's
Still
only
got
two-
the save.
It's only 2
but-
runs, though. It's all right. It's all right. There's nothing to complain about.
Nothing crazy yet.
The big problem with the White Sox right now that I noticed that I'm afraid of is the big bats are just the little bats
They're
right
a little
now.
sleeping. They're a little sleepy.
they're not. They're comatose. They're not doing
Abreu
shit.
got a grand slam.
Jose
my
Abreu.
baby boy did get a
Your,
grand
That's my
your
guy.
AL. No,
That's my
your-
his
my
AL pick.
AL home run leader. He's get it.
Yohan Moncada's like dead, basically, and I love him.
It's a shame.
The Cuban Mafia trifecta.
I have
My
Yohan-
MVP pick is hurt.
Hey, I have Yohan Moncada and Tim Anderson on my fantasy team, so I'm crying a little extra heavy right now.
Yeah, you took half my fantasy team from last year.
Hey,
Tim Anderson should be back pretty soon. I think he just rolled his ankle. Oh no, it was a hamstring, off of a wet
Pulled
bag.
pulled the hammy. I think.
Yeah. So hopefully he's back soon
get well
and
soon.
back in form. But let's talk about someone I am super buying on, if only because his story is so awesome. And I love these kind of baseball stories. Your mean Mercedes on the White Sox. Oh
Cooking.
my God!
He is
Broken
cooking.
He's a
MLB
beast.
record,
Beast.
going 8-8 to start his career. Now he's 12-18 with 6 RBI. He is at the top of the leaderboard. I think he's in the top 3 now as we're recording this in hits and batting average and OBP.
He is.
667, 684, and slugging 1,000.
yeah, he's a bad man.
Granted, 3 games, 4 games, whatever, small sample size. But Jesus,
He's batting like a 687 or something like that. He's number one in batting.
He's number
average.
one.
ridiculous.
Killing it.
He's cooking.
I am buying.
I'm
on
buying
him.
all the way on him. Buying
If
all the way.
only for his story,
Agreed.
because that's
Agreed.
awesome. That's
I'm-
resilience.
You
I'm
gotta
buying
love
on
the
that hype
Cinderella
train.
stories. You gotta love
Buying
it.
on all of it.
Absolutely.
Next up in the AL, we have the Angels. Are they finally legit? They held down the White Sox in 4. We just talked about it. And rallies galore. You love to see it. All their winning runs came in the 8th inning or later. Who are we buying in on? Who are we holding on? Who are we selling? Is the whole team a buy? What's going on?
I don't want to see nothing crazy, but I wore an Otani jersey, episode 1. Some of you remember, and hey,
Flashback.
he threw 101, and the ball came off the bat 118,
115.
115? That's a man.
I
In
think
the same
Josh
inning. In the same inning.
In the same
Yup,
inning.
that's a man.
First
inning.
player in 118 years to do that?
No. He was the first player in 118 years to pitch and then be at the top of
Yeah,
the
top
order
of the order.
to bat.
That's still nutty. What,
And-
first since what, like Babe Ruth or something?
no before. I think
Before.
a little before Babe Ruth.
Jesus,
Right,
that's
and
ridiculous.
Since 1903.
And he showed me a
1903.
lot of emotion coming off that pitcher's mound. He's
A
looking
lot
like
of
the
emotion the past few days. I love it.
I'm excited. I want to see him play a full
Last
season.
night when he got plunked, he looked like he
Grilled.
was ready to square up, and I was like, "Fuck him up,
His
Shohei."
old pal Martin Maldonado
Yup.
had to walk out, be like, all right.
I'm
Yo,
excited for
Shohei
Shohei.
is built like a brick shit house.
Yo.
If he was staring me down, I'd be like, "Bro, I'm sorry."
I
Here.
want to say
Don't even-
Ant will attest to this. I've been
Oh.
on the Shohei hype train since he was in Japan.
Since before he got signed,
And I saw his
He was all about
interview
the
on
Shohei.
60 Minutes. As soon as I saw that, I knew that he was the man. And he came here, and he is the man.
Yeah, I think I'm buying in on Shohei. I mean, Shohei's just
I just want Shohei to succeed. I want him
Yeah.
to be the man
It's so
to bring
hard.
back the dual player threat and succeed and be that kind of guy in modern baseball.
And for a long time, Trout needed that 1-2 punch next to him. And, hey, Shohei, looks like it's going to be you, not Rendon.
right before
yeah.
we started recording, Shohei and Trout went single home run. Like, that's just going to be so fun to watch all year.
all the time.
And
exciting.
I'm buying in on the Angels completely.
I'm buying in on the lineup, the batting 100%, the pitching.
It's always been a problem with the Angels.
Dylan Bundy is
Always been a problem, but you know what? We
Shohei
can
had a
overlook
good
that.
start. He needs to work. His control is all over the place. So I'm holding on the pitching. I'm not sure about the pitching. It's a little bit of and
Yeah.
But then that you look at that batting lineup and
It's
you're
like,
just
ooh.
like,
Spicy.
I want to go to bed thinking about you. I want Mike Trout to like serenade me to sleep.
He doesn't
Or
already?
Shohei like wraps me in the blanket burrito. 100%.
Next up in the AL, we have the A's, who are getting steamrolled right now.
As-
They got wrecked in a 4-game series against the Astros,
They got
and then
clacked.
got
They are
clapped by
ruined.
the Dodgers right after that. So they're starting the season 0-5. Are we buying, selling, holding on the A's?
We
what
are
we thinking?
They've been sold. We knew this was gonna happen from episode 1. We've sold them before the season even had a chance to start.
I believe in the A's. I think they could turn it around.
You did believe in the A's. I was so quick to say
I
Olsen and
sold-
Chapman are not even going to stay
Gone.
on this team.
I believe in the A's. I think they could turn it around.
You've been watching too much Moneyball.
So are you buying on them or are you holding on them? How confident are you?
I'm buying on the A's.
You've been watching. You
I'm
watched
going
Moneyball, huh?
big dick moves right
You
now.
definitely watched Moneyball last
All
night,
right.
didn't you?
A's are going to turn it around, and I'm going to get the Kelly Green jersey because they're gorgeous.
I hope they do. I mean, their pitching has been god awful to start the season.
Yeah.
God awful.
They look bad.
I don't think a single pitcher has allowed less than 3 runs.
They
They're
haven't.
going to trade for a pitcher.
Next up in the AL, we have the Kansas City Royals. Who would have thunk it? Running up the score on the Rangers every single day and even shutting down the Indians, shutting them out completely. It's a hot start for the Royals. The entire team has an OPS over 750.
I'm buying on Whit Merrifield. I'll buy all the way on Whit Merrifield, but the rest of that team can be sold. Goodbye.
Wow.
This man
Have
hit
a good
the nail on. Whit Merrifield and Jorge Soler.
Okay.
I will-
Making an amendment.
I will buy in on those two. The rest of the team, trash.
Wow. So you think it's just a matter of matchup? The Rangers being that trash?
Well, they are.
They're
pretty doodle cakes. And
You gonna tell me you can't score 2 touchdowns on the Rangers like how they did? Because they scored
Like
2
2 days in a row.
They scored 2 touchdowns basically. Patrick Mahomes was out there just.
Yeah. The part owner of the team.
Yeah.
Just,
He's like Jackie Moon, owner, player, coach.
got
Yeah,
right
yeah.
in there.
I'm always buying on Whit Merrifield, keeper in my fantasy league.
Yep.
Cycle back to the Astros real quick. Can we start calling them the Dusty Bunch? You guys saw the trash can get thrown, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I
That was
did.
great.
Did you see what was actually made for the trash can? It was an inflatable giant Coors Light.
Oh.
A balloon
and they painted
that
it?
the guy peeled it off and then painted it silver
That's
to look like a
hilarious.
trash
Good for
can
them.
and then just launched it onto the
I mean, he
field.
got a chuckle out of Jose Altuve.
Yeah, Jose Altuve got
Out
a
of
good
all
laugh out of
people.
that.
Dusty
so-
Baker got mad. He
Yeah,
was
I saw
like,
that.
people act like they've never made a mistake in their life. I'm like,
Yeah. I mean,
You laughed at it too.
Dusty Baker
laughed
has
at
to
to
defend his
defend his
players.
team.
He laughed at it. You know he laughed at it.
All right, moving to the National League. The Marlins, Anthony's dark horse team, taking a while to heat up after getting shut down by Glasnow, but they put up 12 to avoid that sweep in Tampa Bay.
The Fighting Fish got jacked up, though. I'm like, it was actually, no, it wasn't a bad series because I was keeping up with it the whole time, and it was very, very back and forth, and I thought
Well
that
fought,
was
well
very
fought.
enjoyable.
It was a good series.
a very good series to watch. It was as I am making this known now, the Orange Juice series. The Marlins against the Rays will be hereby now known as the Orange Juice series.
This showcast will only refer to Marlins and Rays
Orange juice.
the very few times they'll
They
ever play
play.
each other.
The Orange Juice.
Orange
Yep, that's the OJ series.
It was great. It was like, Rays would take the lead early on because, the Marlins bats, like, for some reason, like to nap up until, like, the 4th, 5th inning. Then, oh, God, the Marlins just took the lead by 1. Oh, shit, the Rays are back. Oh, back. And Marlins lost because they just lost. Except for that one game where they just racked on 12 somehow. But overall, great series. You know what that
Really good
shows?
series.
The Marlins put up fight against the reigning AL champions. And Sixto Sanchez is hurt.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
out.
that made
So
me
just
sad.
wait till he comes back. I'm still buying in on the Marlins, baby.
I respect that.
That lineup is it's young, they're hungry, they're dangerous, they're slept on.
I love Miguel Rojas. I think he's super duper slept on. Him, Starling Marte, and Jesus Aguilar are the heart there. Starling Marte, producer Josh was telling me earlier, and I agree completely. Starling Marte just has a sleeper season like every year. Like just
he's overlooked all
just-
the time.
Just quietly, just batting a 280.
He always does well.
Especially when he was on the Diamondbacks because they had
Yeah.
Patel Marte and they were like, no, we like the
Yeah,
other Marte.
we like the other Marte
Just
better.
Starling.
But those three have gotten 6 of the team's 15 RBI as we shoot this, and they are nasty. I always want Miguel Rojas to do well. I think he's very, very underrated.
I'm gonna hold on them for now and see what's up. I'm liking what I'm seeing, but I'm gonna hold.
Disrespect.
But what I'm buying in on is my rookie of the year pick in Rosa Reyna, who
Oh,
is
yeah,
doing
Ray-
very well,
Randy Rosarena's killing.
doing
He's
very
killing it.
well, and making go plays out there
Did
as
you
well.
see that he flew like Superman? You saw that? That was
nice.
gorgeous.
10 out of 10.
All I'm saying, Rays can fly. Proven
I,
fact.
I will agree with Pinoy on that. Holding on the Marlins. I've always been holding on the Marlins. I will still hold on them.
The hate.
And the Rays, I've been buying on them since last week. I made it known. I think they could go back to the World Series. I think.
I'm selling on the Rays, buying on Randy
You're
Rosarena.
selling on the Rays?
Bro, I don't think the
I'm,
Rays
I'm
do
holding
it.
on both.
Wow.
I'm gonna hold on both.
I'm
but
buying on the Rays.
Super
Let's
buying
go.
on Randy.
I do like Joey Wendell, though.
I like a lot of the
He's
Rays
nice.
players. We could save that for a different segment.
There are a lot of good
They're a
Rays
good
players,
team.
but I just don't think I think pitching is going to be the death of the Rays.
Slept on. Next up in the National League is my dark horse team, and I couldn't be happier with how this first series went. 3-1 against the Cardinals. The only reason they didn't sweep them was because Luis Castillo just completely
he had a meltdown.
melted
Shit the bed.
down.
He did
Yeah,
so
he,
bad.
Oh my God, so bad. And it was the guy I was really rooting for.
was bad.
But oh my goodness, Nick Castellanos. Let's talk about him. You already know how I feel about the Reds. We could just go real quickly. I'm super buying on the Reds.
I'm holding on the Reds.
I'm gonna hold on the Reds.
All right,
hold on
that's
them.
better than what you guys were last week. You guys were both selling on them last week. So
I'm
I'm,
a hold on
happy.
the Red-
I'm
I'm
happy
holding
I've
on
got
the
you
Reds.
up
It's
on
a
that.
very
on the
it's
Reds.
like a borderline hold.
Yeah, it's still
You're
just
barely.
It's just there.
just because the Cardinals
Well,
pitching
let's
right
talk
now.
about Nick Castellanos because he's been in headlines for many reasons the past 4 days. He is leading the league, or now tied as we record it, with 3 home runs, a 1,300 slugging, an NL leading 6 RBI, batting a .533.
He's killing it.
However, the big overlooming issue, the bench is clearing incident.
Beautiful.
Was he at fault?
No. Yes. No.
Yes.
No. He got hit by the pitch, and then it's not like he shoved the pitcher down when he got to the home plate. It's not like he was like, yo, bro, suck my dick. No, he literally stood over him and went, let's go, and got hyped. He told pitcher, bro, get grande. And everyone's like, bro, Nick Castellanos is the worst thing ever happened to baseball.
That is some mega disrespect.
Are you
and I
kidding
got
me?
super respect for Yadier Molina for standing up for his pitcher.
Of course
he
you're
is
gonna
that
respect.
guy.
Of course he has to stick up for his
love you,
pitcher.
Yachty.
It's not.
So do I.
I hate you,
There's
Yachty.
the one person who hates you, and that's him, because he's salty.
I will never forget what you've done. The suspension is such bullshit. Like
The
the
suspension, I don't
MLB
agree.
cannot figure out what
I don't
they
agree
want
with
to
the
do.
suspension, though. I don't agree
Like
with
if
that.
he would have spit in his face, suspend
Yeah, I
him.
don't agree with the suspension.
He just got big in his face.
Yeah, that's what's he. I don't.
MLB's like
I
2
don't agree
games,
with
bro.
that.
I've been like,
I don't
excuse
agree.
me.
I don't agree with that suspension. It's like what they do with. I don't know if anyone watched NBA. Luka Doncic said, "And one tech."
Bro, it's
Give
like,
him
how's
those
the
free throws.
MLB going
Trash.
to preach? Let the kids play, but not like that, though. Not like that.
Don't let them play
Easy.
like that.
No,
Relax.
Take it easy.
Relax. But can we talk about what he said about Yachty defending his pitcher? That was so funny and also so relatable because I probably would have felt the same way. Just to recap for those that didn't hear it, when he was asked about what happened and how Yachty defended his rookie pitcher who looked just stunned at the incident, he said, Yachty did what he had to do, and he goes, Yachty's such a legend. He could have punched me in the face, and I still would have asked for his autograph after the game.
Hell yeah. I would have done the same thing. He could have rocked me in the head, and I'm like, "Thank you. Can you sign where you hit me?"
I don't like Yachty
Could
stuff.
you sign
I can't relate.
my swollen cheek?
Can't relate. Don't like Yachty.
But pivoting to the other team in that series, the Cardinals, off to a slow start, but really they're just getting stitched up in their pitching rotation, like Anthony predicted last week.
Yeah.
I blame the baby blue jerseys.
Those are
But-
really bad.
Here's what I'll say. I'm still buying on Arenado Goldschmidt. They're the only 2 on that team
Yeah.
doing what's expected of them.
100% buying in on that.
The Cardinals got what they paid for with those 2 players. It's hard to expect
You have
less.
arguably top 3, if not the best, first baseman in baseball from the 2010s on your team.
Yep.
And you have, I don't care what anyone says, the best defensive third baseman to ever walk on the planet to be your anchor at the hot corner. Come on now.
But as Anthony predicted, and I try to give him more credit, those Cardinals some more credit. Anthony was selling on the rotation last week, and oh my God, am I getting convinced to sell on that rotation?
I'm gonna hold. This is the first what 5 games. Let's see what they have to hold. Let's see what they have to offer. I'm gonna hold. I have faith in you guys.
I'm also gonna hold, but man, do they look rough in that first.
You're like just about to hit the enter on selling.
I'm just about to be like, oh, get me out of here.
It's the same with me and the Reds. It's teetering.
Let's go Reds! Next up in the National League, the
None
Phillies
of that
sweep the Braves in a tough series. It looked dominant on paper because they're 4-0 right now.
Look good on paper.
Our Mets played last night for the first time.
Don't talk about it.
It was frustrating.
Don't talk about it.
But oh my God, these Phillies. Here's what's frustrating to me, and I'll let you guys go after this. I just wanted to say this. I was so sure. I was so sure the Phillies were gonna be competitive, but not a worry. They're gonna be such a worry for this National League East. They looked amazing, and sadly, I'm buying in on this Phillies. They are good.
I'm gonna hold, but what I'm buying in on is Zach Wheeler, who is looking like a problem, which kind of hurts my feelings. Like, why Steven Matz went to Toronto? Now you're doing well. Zach Wheeler going to the Phillies. What the hell? He couldn't do that on the Mets?
That's because they know how he pitches, and they're
Yeah.
just telling him, bro, pitch how you pitch. The Mets were like, no, all right, look.
We want you to be Jacob deGrom.
And he's like, but I'm not. What did I tell you? I'm buying it on Zach Wheeler. I've always loved
Super
you,
buying
Zach
on Zach
Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Him and we went to your first game pitched at City Field
I got
in
your
2013.
T-shirt. I got your T-shirt.
All
And I still got that
I believe
T-shirt.
in you, Zach Wheeler, and I love you, except when you play the Mets. I don't want to buy into the Phillies because I hate them. They're the team I hate most in the MLB since I was a wee lad about Yo's high. But goddamn it, are they doing well? And I can't.
I'm spite holding on you guys. I'm gonna spite hold on you. I'm not gonna
Agreed.
buy on you. I'm
I'm
gonna spite
spiteful.
hold.
I gotta
I'm
buy
spite
in.
holding.
The Phillies
I
look
hate you.
nasty.
You look
Buying
good?
it on Bryce Harper.
Oh, so where have your failures taken you? Straight back to the Bryce Harper hype train. Who was the only person who stayed on this hype train? Tell me his name. Who stayed on the train?
Bryce Harper.
Me.
Shut up, producer Josh.
I have been on this Bryce Harper hype train since he was on the Nationals. Everyone here thought I was crazy. You probably still do. I don't know how you. Okay, I got two people on this hype train now, huh?
No, I'm on
All aboard.
I have always respected what Bryce Harper did in 2015, but I've also always said, and I will admit that I've been wrong before, but I've always said he's a little overhyped. But
That's because of his contract. If he didn't have that monster contract,
100%.
Bryce Harper would be like, if it wasn't $330 million, if he would have signed like an 8-year, $250 million
no
contract,
one would be like
I would have been
overrated.
like, like he's very rated guy, but no, because it's a 10-year, $330 million, he's overrated. But I'm buying in on Bryce Harper. I think he's gonna have another great year, like not like 15, but I'd say like 17, 18 when he was having like that MVP like season.
No.
I think Bryce Harper's gonna kill it.
Now, if we had flashbacks, all the times
Phillies
that
missed playoffs,
they've
though.
disrespected his name, that you guys disrespected Bryce Harper, and now look at us. Look at where we come.
He's so easy to hate, especially that he's a division rival. That's the thing.
I
So
wanted
easy
you on
to
the
hate.
Mets for the longest time, and we couldn't make it happen. I wanted you. I didn't want him.
What's
Never would've
scary
happened.
about Bryce Harper right now is that, starting in 2019 and it's only gotten better, his discipline at the plate has just gotten better
Yeah.
and better and better, and it's so frustrating.
You're just, bro, please strike out.
Yes,
Gets
just
walked.
start swinging again.
Bro,
like
that
you
was,
used to.
like last night. He got walked by DeGrom twice.
Yeah.
He already has 5 walks.
Look at that
Four
plate
games.
discipline.
That
That plate discipline is ridiculous.
Yeah, game 5.
But do you think pitchers are like actively pitching around him a little more? Do you think that's just his eye?
Yeah,
nah.
they're afraid of him.
They are,
Bro,
afraid of
because
him.
you can't tell me he doesn't have the pop. Like, Bryce Harper will send you.
And he has one of the nicest arms in the
Send
outfield.
you
His arm
yard,
is
bro.
ridiculous. He has that defensive presence too in the outfield.
He kept Lindor on third.
Yes,
Did
he
you
did.
see that
Yeah.
last night?
Yeah,
I did.
ridiculous.
Lindor stood there because it was Bryce Harper.
Bro.
He has that arm.
Why
Everyone knew
couldn't
he had that
McCutcheon
arm.
get to that ball with that noodle? If Bryce Harper wasn't on the Phillies, I'd buy his jersey. But I
agree.
I would literally rather buy a bag full of human shit.
Buy his
than
Nationals jersey.
ever buy, I'm not buying a Nationals jersey either.
Oh, so it's not just the Phillies jersey. You just don't like Bryce Harper.
Wait, I'm gonna buy his high school jersey. Someone find me a Bryce Harper high school jersey. I'll rock the shit
It's how
out
I
of that.
feel about.
I'll get his All-Star jersey.
There you go.
Big
Yeah,
brain
there
moves,
you go.
big
It's
brain
how I
moves.
feel about Rendon. I love that I can root for him now, because he was so hard to root for on the Nationals. Because
That's-
you're just like, ugh.
I still don't want to root for Rendon. I still hate you. No idea why. No
Rendon
reason.
is so
Rendon?
good, fun to watch.
That's fucked.
You're one of those players. You're just one of those people. You know those people.
Yes,
You just you
we
look
share
at them. It's
names.
Like,
I can't hate him. We share
but you
names.
know those people. You just look at their face and it's like, I don't like you.
Yeah,
For me,
that's fair.
he's that guy.
Pivoting to the other team, we kind of ranted about the Phillies a lot emotionally, but the Braves.
Oh,
I'm still
buying on
buying.
the whole
I'm
team.
buying
bro.
on
Are
the
you
Braves.
kidding me? The Braves are still like 95%.
It is
gonna win the
wild in 3 games and some change because they're actually playing right now. The only player to bat over 250 in 3 games, Travis d'Arnaud. Everybody else besides Travis d'Arnaud, as we shoot this today, after that first series against the Phillies, is under a 250 average.
Well, Freddie Freeman hasn't gotten a hit. Right?
He hasn't gotten a hit.
Nope.
Oh, he might have gotten a hit today in the game.
He might have. I don't know. It's
I don't
it's
know.
going on
Pull
right
up
now.
stats.
He had a home run.
Oh, well,
Oh, there
Freddie
you go.
Freeman. There you go. Bada
And
boom.
Ronald Acuna had a really good game today too.
Yeah, 2 home runs.
2 home runs.
See, look, they're already starting to heat up.
It's the
Reckon
frustration coming out, is what it is.
It's a
And it
slow
was
start.
on
It's a
Max
slow start.
Scherzer, your Cy Young pick.
Yeah.
We all have mistakes.
At least our Cy Young pick gave up 0 runs.
We all have bad games.
Yeah,
Everyone has a bad
baby.
game. Everyone has a bad
No, I think
game.
Ryu gave up a run.
Oh, I'm talking about National League.
Oh, yes.
That's
yes.
right.
If we're
Everyone-
talking, Shane Bieber gave up 3 runs last week.
Everyone
Yeah.
has a bad
I mean-
game. Mad Max, you still have a chance to redeem yourself before I start selling on you.
Next up in the National League is the Padres versus the Diamondbacks. Another hard-fought series.
Great series.
It didn't. Again, another one. Doesn't look it on paper, but if you watch those games, they were pretty hard-fought. Ketel Marte, man.
Ketel Marte, yes sir. I need you to play more center field so you can get that double positioning in fantasy. But hey, you're doing crazy for the Diamondbacks
I'm buying
right now.
on Ketel Marte.
Oh,
He's nice.
I've been buying from
The rest of the
Ketel
Diamondbacks
Marte.
are garbage.
I've been buying on Ketel Marte since last season. He's nice, both in the outfield and in the infield. He can do it all.
I think Diamondbacks compete for one of the worst records in baseball this year. Sorry.
Damn. I mean, you're probably not wrong,
I'm not
unfortunately.
going to disagree.
Mad Bum is washed.
I am also selling on the Diamondbacks,
Yeah.
which, as these guys know, have always been my kind of like
Oh, he's loved the Diamondbacks.
dark horse team every single year.
I
This
don't
year I
know.
went with the Reds, but
I feel like ever since Goldschmidt kind of
Left.
left, it's been a little more quiet for the Diamondbacks.
Goldschmidt was the reason they were my dark horse team, and then Ketel Marte. But Ketel Marte's still hard carrying, and I'm
Super.
always gonna buy Ketel Marte. Always. We love their jerseys.
Yes, we do.
Buying on the jerseys.
Yeah.
throwback jerseys. I'm
Yes,
buying in on the
yes.
I have a throwback jersey.
Which
I have
one do
a
you have?
throwback
Randy?
hat.
I have the
Who do you have on it? Randy?
Randy Johnson. I have from the
Yeah.
2001 World Series.
Let's pivot to the team that is most important in this series, and the San Diego Padres. The entire lineup is as hot as we expected.
Dirty.
It's scary.
Were they my World Series team?
Nice.
Did I pick them from a World Series team?
You did. You picked them to win the whole
you
thing.
picked them to win the World Series.
Yeah.
My guys.
They're not winning the World Series,
Probably not, but those are my guys.
I mean, they have the pieces to.
but they won't.
I don't know.
I feel it in my loins.
well,
I mean,
my loins.
we're all been buying on the
Yeah.
Padres.
And
It's
let's-
hard not to buy on the Padres.
let's all hope for a speedy recovery for Mr. Fernando Tatis.
Oh yes.
Oh
That
God.
was an injury that no one wants to see, and I'm honestly super disappointed that it happened.
Look, that was my
Yeah.
MVP pick, and he's down.
That was my keeper.
That was
It's hard.
How did you get?
It's hard to see someone like that get hurt this early in the season, especially for 5 to 6 weeks, roughly.
About
That's
that's
how
what
long
it's
that
looking like.
worse,
injury usually
depending. They
takes.
said if it's a tear, he's
Yeah.
done
Well,
for
let's
the
let's
year.
hope for
Let's
the
hope it's
best.
not a
It's
tear.
5. Let's hope for 5 or 6 weeks. That looks like the most realistic one. If it's not a tear,
You know how much ungadungas you need when to swing the bat, and you just pop your shoulder out, bro.
Not to take away from like the X factor Tatis has, but this is making the Padres front office look genius because
Yeah.
everyone when they signed Hassan Kim was like, what are you going to do with him? He's a middle infielder. You have Cronenworth and Tatis
Yep.
who are super solid. What are you going to do with him? And depth is the name of the game.
100%.
We learned
300
that with
IQ
the
moves.
Mets many times. We've learned
Yeah.
that with the White Sox. The Padres
Why you gotta
are
name my two teams right off the bat? What
the Padres
punch me?
The Padres are gonna be okay, not fine, because Tatis,
That's still
Tatis
a big
is
piece.
different.
That's a
yes,
big
but
piece.
the team can hold for itself. They can
Right.
hold up.
But
They
at
can
least
hold
the
up.
guy they're slotting in to replace him for right now is a
looking
solid.
good.
He's
pick.
good enough.
He's
He's
looking
very,
good.
he's very much good enough to hold that position down.
And let's talk about Anthony's favorite MLB player,
What are you talking about?
Eric, middle name Hosmer. The guy leading this team right now, a 467, 529, and a 1,000 slugging percentage.
He's looking like
Look,
that
Two
guy.
home runs,
Look.
6 RBI. The king of the Padres right now, the king of San Diego.
I used to like you, Eric Hosmer, back in 2014 when the Royals played the Giants in the World Series. I was all in. I was like, yo, let's go Royals, Cinderella team, underdog story. Game 7, y'all lost. I was like, man, oh well. Then 2015 happened, and you played my New York Mets in
Your
the World
homerism
Series.
kicked in.
Yes, it did. My homerism
Oh, it did more than
and
kick
me
in.
being a salty bitch kicked in. All right, and you guys steamrolled the Mets in 5 games. We're not going to get into that. That's a whole other argument for another time. But ever since then, I've hated you and Mike Moustakas with a fiery passion. Every year, I'm just like, nah, I want to see you 200 strikeouts.
And now, finally, to wrap up this segment of recapping the first few days of the MLB season, I put together the 2 teams who rank the top in runs allowed and runs scored. And you tell me which teams, we kind of went over some of them, but some of them we didn't get to mention, which teams you're buying, which teams you're holding, which teams you're selling. Here are the teams who have scored 30 runs or more. Astros with 41.
Buying in on the Dusty
Bye.
Bunch.
Let's
Buying.
go.
Yep. Dodgers with 36.
Buying in on the
Bye.
Dodgers.
Buying. The Reds with 32.
Holding.
Hard
Super
hold.
duper buy,
Hold
baby.
the line.
Super
Putting my
hard hold.
life savings on the Reds. Royals with 31.
You know what? I'm gonna buy. I'll
Sell.
buy on. Yeah, I'll
Selling
buy
on the Royals. Don't believe on the Royals.
I'm a fringe buy on the Royals.
I'm a fringe buy on the Royals, too. I'm
Fringe
with
buy
Benoit
on you
this
guys.
one.
Y'all are wild.
The Royals I was talking to producer Josh earlier about this. The Royals have somehow made a rebuild season look competitive. Next up, the Angels tied with the Royals, 31
Buy,
runs.
buy.
Buying on
buy.
them.
Shohei
Buying on
Ohtani,
the
bin bought.
Angels, baby.
And the
Mike
And
Trout,
buying on the
bin
Twins.
bought.
The Twins are insane. Nelson Cruz. You're not even a human being. You're just a nice bottle of wine. I feel like the older you get, I
mean, that's been
the
true.
better you
The older he's
become.
been getting, the
It's
better he's
true.
been getting.
You jumped the gun a little bit with the Twins with 30
Yeah.
buying. We didn't get to
I'm
talk
buying on
about
them.
them much, but I will always buy them regular season.
They're
It's just about that
They're always good.
postseason.
Jose Barrios is
I
gonna be.
buy in on their jerseys too.
And I
That
think-
blue with the gold and red. Ooh, crispy.
I think Barrios is gonna be that pitcher for them for a long
He
time.
had a freaking no-hitter. Was it a no-hitter when he got pulled?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
pulled
Yeah.
him from a
No-hitter.
no-hitter.
Yeah,
He's
I
gonna
thought
be-
so.
Why would you do that?
He's gonna be
It's
that
just
guy.
the tail of the beginning of
He's
the
gonna be
season.
the pitcher that
Stupid.
they had when Johan was still there. That ace in the hole that they always had. Barrios is gonna be that next in line after Johan.
And now here are the teams with the best pitching so far. These are the teams that have allowed 10 or fewer runs. In the lead, we have the Philadelphia Phillies.
Are we talking overall pitching or starting
team.
and
Spite hold.
selling?
Spite hold.
I think their bullpen is going to start shitting in their pants soon.
I hope.
They're going to get scouted, and they're going to be like, oh, this asshole does this and that. Boom, roasted.
I hope to God they start to go back to last year's bullpen. But
I'm not
for
giving you
now,
the benefit.
I am like on the weirdest cusp of buy and hold. I need a little bit more to prove to me the consistency, but it's looking unfortunately nice. Next up, we got the Yankees, who only allowed 7 runs despite losing 2 to the Blue Jays.
Hold, only because you have Garrett Cole. People overhype him. I don't care what anyone says. I don't give a what anyone says. Garrett Cole's overhyped a bit. We're not going to get into that
Is
right
that a
now.
contract issue too?
Oh, yeah, but that's even... No, that's more of the issue. People are, who is the ace of New York? We're not going to get into that because I'm going to start yelling at the top of my
Well,
lungs.
shake up the ground. Shake up the ground. I'm not going to argue with
Corey
anybody else.
Kluber, I want to
Yeah.
wait on a bit.
Yes,
Don't
I
like
agree
him
on
without
that.
a beard. That's weird.
I hope he does well, though.
I also just love me some Araldis chat, man.
I really hope Corey Kluber does well. I think he deserves it. I want to see a career resurgence with him on
What
the
about
Yankees.
the team?
Yeah, I'm going to buy on him. I
Yeah,
have them.
I'm
them as my
gonna
favorite.
buy on them
I have
too.
them my
I'm buying
favorite.
on most of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Not buying in on Gleyber Torres.
We talked about the Twins already. They are tied for third, only allowing 8 runs. We talked about them already.
Nice.
The Braves are the next one, tied for third
Buying
with
on the
8,
Braves. We
Buy.
spoke about this, yeah.
which is so unfortunate that you allowed 8 runs and are 0-3.
That's a shame. That's truly a shame.
It's a shame,
You know what
but
that sounds like? The Mets.
that does sound
Yeah.
like the Mets
They were all
of the past
pitching
like
and
4
then
years.
went,
Yeah.
cool.
And then finally we have the Toronto Blue Jays, only allowed 10 runs.
Buying, just like I said.
I think we're all buying.
Yep.
Yeah, we're all
I'll
buying.
buy on them.
Well, that was buy, sell, hold. I loved how we recapped a lot of the
We
MLB
did.
news in the past week.